The unforgettable falsetto behind Lightnin Strikes and the once scandalous Rhapsody in the Rain has gone silent. Lou Christie has passed away at 82. Lou Christie, born Luigi Alfredo Giovanni Sacco on February 19, 1943 in Glen Willard, Pennsylvania, was a musical force who soared to fame in the 1960s with his striking falsetto and dramatic style. He died peacefully at home in his native Pittsburgh on June 18, 2025, after a short illness. He was 82 years old. Christie grew up in a close-knit Italian-American family, singing alongside his mother and sister. His love for music was evident early on, and it was in his teenage years that he met Twyla Herbert, a former concert pianist and eccentric mystic who would become his songwriting partner and mentor. Despite a 20-year age gap, their creative chemistry was undeniable. In 1962, Christie made waves with his breakout single, The Gypsy Cried, which gained regional popularity before climbing to number 24 on the Billboard Hot 100. He followed that with Two Faces Have I, a heart-wrenching falsetto-led ballad that reached number 6 on the Billboard charts in 1963, catapulting him into teen idol status. But it was Lightnin Strikes, released in late 1965, that made Lou Christie a household name. The track, with its sweeping production and dramatic vocal shifts, hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in February 1966, on Christie's 23rd birthday. It also reached number 1 in Canada and number 11 in the UK. The song's dynamic blend of storytelling and showmanship was pure pop theater, with Christie's voice soaring from deep baritone to a piercing falsetto in a single breath. Following that success, Christie released Rhapsody in the Rain, a daring track for its time. The lyrics referenced a steamy teenage romance in a car during a thunderstorm, too explicit for many 1960s radio stations. Some banned it outright, prompting his label to issue a revised version with toned-down lyrics. Still, it climbed to number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100, solidifying his image as both a pop provocateur and vocal innovator. Despite his success, Christie faced professional roadblocks. He was drafted into the U.S. Army, and changes at his record label led to a brief career stall. But in 1969, he returned to the top 10 with I'm Gonna Make You Mine, a vibrant pop anthem that resonated with American and British audiences alike, peaking at number 10 in the U.S. and number 2 in the U.K. In the 1970s, Christie continued to record, including an updated version of Beyond the Blue Horizon, a track from the 1930s that showcased his maturing voice and love of musical nostalgia. Though the charts were changing, his fan base remained loyal, especially as he began performing on the growing oldies circuit. Christie later became a member of Dick Fox's Golden Boys, alongside fellow 60s icons Frankie Avalon and Fabian. Together, they toured across America, celebrating the golden era of rock and roll. He was known not only for his electrifying stage presence, but also for his humility and generosity offstage. In the 2000s, Christie released new music and performed regularly. Despite never reaching the same commercial heights as in the 60s, his legacy endured thanks to his timeless voice and deeply personal songwriting. Fans of all ages embraced his hits at concerts, especially his signature number, Lightnin Strikes. Outside of music, Lou Christie was beloved in his community, particularly in New York City's Hell's Kitchen neighborhood, where he spent much of his adult life. Friends and fans alike recall his humor, warmth, and down-to-earth nature. His musical director and longtime collaborator described him as a man of honesty, kindness, and unwavering loyalty. Christie is survived by his wife Francesca, whom he married in 1971, and their daughter Bianca. Their son Christopher tragically passed away in 2014 following a motorcycle accident. The loss deeply affected Christie, but he remained committed to his music and family. Even in his final years, Christie was active, writing, mentoring, and inspiring new generations of artists. He was a man whose career spanned over 60 decades, filled with highs, heartbreaks, and an enduring love for the art of storytelling through song. As the news of his passing spreads, tributes have poured in from fans, musicians, and broadcasters. Many remember the way his falsetto could pierce through the airwaves and make hearts race. Others recall how his daring lyrics challenged the conservative norms of pop radio in the 1960s. Lou Christie's contribution to American music is undeniable. From teenage heartbreak to bold expressions of passion, his songs captured the full spectrum of emotion. He took risks in his music, never afraid to push boundaries, whether through lyrical content or vocal acrobatics. His influence is echoed in artists who came after him, from Frankie Valli to Prince, artists who weren't afraid to use their voices to stand out, to stir emotion, and to tell stories that didn't always follow the rules. In a world where pop music is constantly evolving, Lou Christie's work stands as a reminder of the power of individuality, emotion, and authenticity. His falsetto wasn't just a gimmick. It was a window into his soul, a soaring cry that has now gone silent. But his music lives on. From The Gypsy Cried to Two Faces Have I, from Rhapsody in the Rain to Lightnin Strikes, Lou Christie gave the world a soundtrack of romantic drama, melodic grandeur, and bold pop artistry. He leaves behind a musical legacy that continues to inspire and a spirit that will never fade from the hearts of those who loved his voice and his vision. Rest in peace, Lou Christie. Your light still strikes.